Hi.
What's up?
I'm fine, you tell?
बस यार अभी साइकिल चला के आ रहा हूँ, मजा आ गया.
Cycle, seriously?
हाँ.
But have you ever wondered how the cycle works?
Not at all. किसे फर्क पड़ता है? आराम से चलाओ, मस्त रहो.
Sure. So in this video, I'm going to show you how does the cycle work. But before I start, begin with it, I would like to tell you the history of cycle. Do you?
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, let me tell you. You know what? It was a wooden scooter, like contraption called self-repair. It was invented in 1790 and it was invented by Pankaj Shivani of France.
1790, that's too old.
Yeah, can you imagine 1790s?
Wow.
So let's begin out this video with the working of cycle.
Now let me tell you about the various parts of cycle. As you can see, here is our handle, and this is the part from where we change this is basically the gear changer, and this is the tire, this is the rim, and this is the whole framework of the tire, and this is the main frame of the cycle. This is the bottle holder, a pedal, and these are the brakes basically. And as you can see, this is the main gear, and these are the other 6 gears, and this chain connects both of these gears. These are the gear changer. So basically, because of these gears, our cycle moves. Fine. So I'll tell you the difference between a normal cycle and a gear cycle. So you all must be knowing about the normal cycle. As you can see, there are only 2 gears, one over here and the other one over here, and these are connected by this chain, and because of this mechanism our cycle works. Whereas in a gear cycle, there is one gear over here, and there are 6 gears over here, and these gears are for changing the speed, as you all know. The first gear is for the lowest speed and the 6th gear is for the highest speed, and these 2 are the gear changer. Basically, because of these 2, the gears can change in a very easy way. Today in this video, I'm going to show you the working of cycle by using a model. Here, as you can see, we can move this through this handle. This is the handle, and these are the pretending tire of the cycle. See, and these are the pointers that tell you the direction and the speed of the gears that are moving. As you can see here are the 2 gears that we have used. The first one is the bigger tire, and the other one is the shorter tire, and the connecting thing that you can see here it is known as belt, or you can say as train.
Now in gear system, if I'm moving the smaller gear, it's easier for me to move it, as in I have to apply less force. But when I apply the same force over here, or not the same force, the same rotation speed, with the same rotation speed over here, the movement is higher, and but also the force I have to apply when moving the larger gear is higher. So in a gear system, when I move a smaller gear, it's easier for me to move the larger gear, as in I get a mechanical advantage, which is dependent on the number of teeth in a gear system. And in this part, we're just going to understand, have an intuitive grasp that when there's a bigger gear and a smaller gear, in order for me to move the bigger gear using the smaller gear, I have to apply less force, but I have to make more movements for the same amount of rotation. And when I have to move the smaller gear with the larger gear, I have to apply higher force, but the movement is more. If you have driven a cycle, you would know that in the first gear of the cycle, you actually have to apply more rotations but less force. And as the gears continue to progress, your force applied has to be more, but your rotations become less, and hence you get a higher speed at higher gears. Thank you.
हेलो. तो वर्किंग ऑफ साइकिल में एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है ब्रेक्स का. अभी हम लोग समझेंगे ब्रेक्स कैसे काम करते हैं. एक नॉर्मल साइकिल जब मूव करती है तो ये फ्रंट ब्रेक्स ये हैं. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं, ये जो पार्ट्स होते हैं ये ब्रेक्स होते हैं. जब हम अपने ब्रेक्स को दबाते हैं तो यही पार्ट्स व्हील से टकराते हैं, फ्रिक्शन बढ़ता है और साइकिल रुक जाती है. लेट्स सी, मूव कर रही है साइकिल. जैसे ही हमने ये प्रेस किया तुरंत साइकिल रुक जाती है, बिकॉज जब ये व्हील्स साइकिल से टकराते हैं तो ये इसका मूवमेंट के लिए फ्रिक्शन जो है बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है यहाँ पे, जिसकी वजह से मूव नहीं कर पाता है. तो गाइस अब हम एक्सप्लेन करने वाले हैं फंक्शनैलिटी ऑफ गियर्स। गियर्स हमारी साइकिल में कहाँ कहाँ चेंज होते हैं और जब हम गियर चेंज करते हैं तो जो साइकिल की चेन है वो उस तरीके से कैसे अडेप्ट होती है। Pankaj is changing the gears and Ridhwan is pedaling the cycle. Let's see how it works. Actually, just notice that when the gears are changing, the chain is shifting from its first gear to the subsequent sixth gear, and then it moves subsequently from sixth to the first gear.
Also notice how this piece is shifting with each change in gear.
Yeah.
You see, when we pedal the cycle, the gears move, and when we change the gear over here, there's a slight pulling in this wire. I am not sure if you can see it, but I hope you can. Yes, and that leads to a reaction right back over here, which Vishesh will now explain.
So guys, how gear changes? That's the thing. देख, जिस हिसाब से हमारी मूव कर रही है, इसके अंदर जो वायर आ रहा है ना, ये वायर यहाँ पे इस स्क्रू से टाइट है।
ठीक है।
उसके बाद इसके अंदर की जो स्प्रिंग है, दिख रही है?
हाँ।
इसकी जो स्प्रिंग है, यहाँ से जो हमारे गियर चेंजर्स हैं, गियर चेंजर्स को कंट्रोल करते हैं कि गियर चेंजर्स हमारे कंप्रेस होंगे या हमारे स्ट्रेच होंगे। जिस हिसाब से हम गियर चेंज कर रहे हैं फर्स्ट से सिक्स तक, अभी हमारी जो चेन है वो फर्स्ट गियर पे है। अब धीरे धीरे जब सिक्स पे आएगी, हमारे जो गियर चेंजर्स हैं शिफ्ट होते जा रहे हैं, जिससे हमारी जो चेन है वो नेक्स्ट पे आ रही है। दैट्स द थिंग।
Class 101. If this is the main gear where the pedal of the cycle is attached, and here at the back is the rear gear, let us assume that this one here is the first gear, let the smaller one is the second gear, this one here is the third gear, and so on. So when this is attached to this bigger first gear, because the radius of this gear is bigger when compared to the smaller gears, it has more number of teeth. Okay, bigger radius, so more teeth. If the radius is bigger, we will need lesser force per revolution to rotate it. So why this happens? Let's find out. Number of teeth here is constant. So formula of mechanical advantage is T1 upon T2 for gears. Total number of teeth in first gear upon total number of teeth in second gear. Well, number of teeth ज़्यादा हैं इसमें when compared to this and so on. So mechanical advantage इसका ज़्यादा हुआ कि इसका? Well, इसमें number of teeth ज़्यादा हैं तो इसी का होगा.